coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
Good to have you back. Now, looking at issues related to the pandemic, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced over 500 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. These 544 new cases of COVID-19 recorded from 18 states and the FCT brings the total number of confirmed cases to 28,711 in the country. Of the 544 new cases, Lagos has 199, Ebonyi 65, Oyo 47, Ondo 46, Ogun 31, Edo 30, and FCT has 28 new cases. Katsina also recorded 25 new cases, Plateau 15, Bayelsa 11, Kaduna and Adamawa have 10 new cases each. Akwa Ibom has 8, Gombe 7, Kano 4, Taraba 3, with 2 each in Rivers and Abia states, while Ekiti recorded only 1 case. Lagos still leads the COVID-19 chart in Nigeria with a total of 11,244 cases, followed by the FCT with 2,181 cases, while Oyo comes third with 1,513 cases. There are now 11,665 recovered and discharged COVID-19 patients with 645 deaths on record. Prayer remains a vital tool in seeking divine intervention against any problem, COVID-19 inclusive. That's why the Nigeria Inter-Religious Council, in collaboration with Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Sokoto, is relentless in its pursuit of an end to the deadly virus. Musa Abubakar has more.
It's an extraordinary prayer session to rid the country of an extraordinary virus that continues to pose threats to lives and livelihoods. While governments continue to intensify efforts to contain COVID-19, this is amongst many congregations cheerleading prayers for swift end to the pandemic.
This is a directive that was passed on to other states, and we are part of the states in the federation, and we thought it wise to pray. COVID-19 is real, and we believe it is real, and that is why we as ministers, besides praying for an end to this menace, we also encourage our members to adhere strictly to the guidelines given.
Amongst prayer points here is the message for people to take personal responsibility through hand washing, wearing of masks in the public, and stick to health guidelines by the authorities.
COVID-19 shall be a thing of the past.
The mood reflects a growing conviction and hope that the new normal will soon come to an end. In Sokoto, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
Change my script. The pandemic is one that has had religious bodies in Nigeria worried, and many have turned up faith to combat the global scourge. It is in this regard that Nigeria Inter-Religious Council, in another display of faith, organized national prayers to seek the face of God over the pandemic. Amara Chuko Omenka reports that the National Christian Center, where an interdenominational service held today. Yesterday,
the health pandemic, the novel coronavirus challenges the world in treatment and cure, as available research medication are yet to be certified. The Nigerian Inter-Religious Council believes seeking the face of God in prayers is necessary to eradicate the virus.
The national response that we have put in place
is intended to protect the people of Nigeria. It is not designed to afflict us. Government has always been conscious of its responsibility to provide for the good and welfare of the people.
Turn to God only when in the face of danger. God gives us 168 hours a week, 1,440 minutes a day. How much time do we spend in conversation with God?
The church urged faithful and other Nigerians to do away with lip services and rededicate themselves to the service of God and humanity.
So we are calling on God to intervene, because God is more powerful than any virus or any disease.
Of the people is the voice of God. So when we shout on Lord, our good Lord is not deaf.
While this congregation anchors its faith on God for solution to COVID-19, the necessity for Nigerians to strictly adhere to personal hygiene protocol echoed loudly in the service. In Abuja, Omeka Majuku, NTA News.
And away from religious matters now, the Nigerian Army is intensifying efforts on non-kinetic operations to further improve communication with the public. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai, said this in a message during distribution of COVID-19 palliatives to the people of Kara Namuda in Zamfara State as part of activities marking 2020 Army Day celebration and 157 years anniversary. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
It was a mild interruption of church services while welcoming the Cross River State COVID-19 Task Force team, who is reiterating the need to strictly adhere to safety precautions as regards COVID-19.
Please take responsibility. If you find any signs or symptoms, whether within yourself or someone around you, please immediately go and get tested free of charge.
With the cooperation of the Cross River State branch of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, and some Christian clerics, the message here is that of taking responsibility for your health.
So far, those who have complied are more than those who have not. I think we still need some time. I think we need more effort now. But I would say maybe force to make them comply.
Visits like these by the Cross River State COVID-19 Task Force team to places of worship and other public spaces is a regular for the team in Calabar, Oku, Ekpayong, NTA News.
We do sincerely apologize. The report by Ismail Musa will come much later. That was from Calabar. In other news, rain, and the rains are here. But in parts of the country, particularly in Ogun State, residents in high volume of rainfall and flood-prone areas in Abeokuta are counting their losses. But their story may soon be changing. But that's if the promise of the former state governor and senator representing Ogun Central Senatorial District, Ibukuli Amosu, is anything to go by. Lekon tells us all about it.
In Abeokuta, whenever it rains for days, some streets, roads and people's homes are usually heavily flooded. And when this happens, the roads and streets become impassable as most have developed potholes and gullies, resulting in heavy traffic congestion for motorists and passengers. The state former governor, Ibukuli Amosu, on a tour of the affected areas, expressed sadness for the level of damage. Places he inspected include Temidire, where the only bridge linking Ijeja to Igbore was damaged, Amolasho, and the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, where the perimeter fence was also destroyed. Residents were delighted by his action, noting that the situation could have been worse, but for the good job undertaken by his administration to construct bridges in the various flood-prone areas of the metropolis. Areas like Ijaye, Isalegbei, Shokori, usually noted for devastating experiences when rain falls, however, had no serious issue this time. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
Now looking at agriculture, the federal government through its Ministry of Agriculture has flagged off 2020 aerial spray against transboundary pests at Yola International Airport in Adamawa State. Simon Ashar reports that the exercise is aimed at protecting farmers' investment for optimal productivity.
Global attention may be shifted to the fight against COVID-19 due to its devastating effect on the society. The killer birds destroy farm produce and need to be curtailed to enhance food security and sufficiency in the country.
I want to declare open the flag.
This development necessitates the federal government through the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to officially flag off year 2020 area spray against transboundary pests in Yola as one of the 9 frontline states in the country that is affected by the effect of killer birds on its farming activities.
In Adamawa State, the area spray will be carried out in 9 local government areas. The public is hereby advised to be on the watch out for death birds and to avoid consumption of salt in order to ensure our safety.
With the official flag-off ceremony year 2020 area spray against transboundary pests in Adamawa State so as to enhance heat-free farming season due to the devastating effect of killer birds, this aircraft, Cessna 172, will be used to mitigate the effect of migratory pests on crop production so as to enhance food security and sustainability in the society.
They normally lay their eggs in taifa grasses or in places that you cannot easily access. That is the essence of using this fixed-wing aircraft. We are not killing all the birds, but the essence is to reduce, to mitigate, to decimate them to a level that they cannot be very, very destructive.
In Yola, Simon Asher, Nta News.
And back to our earlier reports where we told you that the army distributed palliatives to people of Namoda in Zamfara State as part of activities marking the 2020 Army Day celebration. Ismail Musa is ready now with the report.
This symbolic presentation of food items signals the commencement of distribution of palliatives to the people of Namoda in Zamfara State. The beneficiaries say this gesture will cushion the negative effects of coronavirus pandemic on their socio-economic well-being.
The distribution of palliatives to the good people of Namoda, which is part of our civil-military cooperation-related activities and quick impact projects, is taking place simultaneously in various parts of the country in support of the civil populace.
The quick impact projects, the Nigerian Army notes, is in addition to aggressive military operations aimed at securing the area.
The Nigerian Army is leaving no stone unturned in curbing criminal activities and ensuring the general security of the country.
This is also a part of the Nigerian Army's efforts to ensure sustained peace and development, as well as an avenue to appreciate the civil populace for the cooperation with the Nigerian Army over the years.
Similar presentations were made to over 500 people in Faskari, Katsina State. From Namoda in Zamfara State, Ismail Musa, Nta News.
Many thanks, Ismail. Let's now talk a bit of sports. Super Eagles tipped to qualify for 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Tamara Ibiwe will tell us more.
Despite being grouped alongside Nigeria in the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, coach of Central African Republic Francois Zahoui has tipped the Super Eagles of Nigeria as one of the teams to qualify for the Qatar Fiesta. Zahoui, who led Cote d'Ivoire to the final of the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations, said Nigeria are clear favorites, having participated in several World Cups and have the required experience. Nigeria will play alongside Central African Republic, Liberia and Cape Verde in the qualifiers. Still on football, Napoli manager Gennaro Gattuso says Nigerian forward Victor Osimhen is still a Lille player. The former AC Milan defensive midfielder Gattuso distanced himself from speculations about the 21-year-old Nigerian being linked to a move to the Sao Paulo. In basketball, the National Basketball Association (NBA) has announced its schedule of scrimmages in Orlando that will give teams a chance to prepare before the 2019-2020 season restarts. The NBA season is set to resume on July 30, having been suspended for 3 months due to COVID-19 pandemic. Tamara Ibiwe, Nta News.
And that's Panorama today. Many thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.